Hi, everybody at Freiburg Academy. I am so thrilled to get the opportunity to work with you again this season. I'm Dan Abrahams. I am a sports psychologist. As you can hear from my accent, I am English. I am doing this recording in England. I have worked in soccer for about 20 years now, and I've been blessed to work with some of the best players in the world on both the men's, the women's, the boys, the girls side of things. I've worked extensively in professional soccer in America and around the world, including members of lots of NWSL teams and the US women's national team. So I'm always excited to get the opportunity to work with Freiburg Academy every single year. Thank you so much to Coach Hart for giving me this opportunity. And I'm just going to, just in this recording, just give you some pointers, some tips, some hints. In fact, I'm going to give you five hints and tips today that also include the techniques in the academy. For some of you who are returning players, you will know some of the language that I use and you'll know some of the techniques that I talk about, but this is going to be great reinforcement. So without further ado, here we go. Tip number one. And my tip number one is pretty obvious, but it's possibly the most important, most powerful tip that you can have. Enjoy yourself. Love every single second of playing soccer as an individual and as a teammate. You know, you are making memories in every single soccer session that you have, soccer activity, in every single game that you play. And Coach Hart has shown me some of the videos from previous years, some of the highlights, and all I see is loads of players loving every second of playing together. And you've got to emphasize that this season. It's so important. It's more important than everything else. And the fact is, when you enjoy yourself, when you commit to loving, to playing on your team with your teammates, you learn the game quicker and more effectively, and you give yourself a better chance to perform well. Okay, so love every second, and as challenging as it can be to enjoy playing when perhaps you're not playing at your best, you're not having a great game, or perhaps you're playing against an opposition who are just getting the better of you on a specific day, which happens to the best teams. You know, it is challenging to love those times, those moments, those games, those sessions, but that's okay. Love it anyway. Love it anyway. See it that you're making memories for yourself. That's so important. And the last thing on this tip, because it sounds a pretty obvious tip, but I promise you, I've gotten to work with some of the best women soccer players on planet Earth over the last 20 years. I've been blessed to experience that, and it's the same for them. It's the same for the members of the US women's soccer national team, is they have to enjoy every single second of playing. And when they're not, they're not going to play at their best. They're not going to give themselves their best chance to be the best individual and the best teammate they can be. So please enjoy every single second of playing. Make memories. Tip number two, have a game face. I say this every year to everybody at Freiburg. A game face is a technique I created many years ago, working with some of the best players. You can learn about a game face in the academy. It's Players Program Session 2 and 3. And a game face is your competitive personality. It's an attitudinal guide. It's a behavioral blueprint. It's a physical optimizer. It's a confidence template. It's who you want to be out there on the pitch. It's how you want to go about your business. It's the style in which you want to play. It's what you want to embody. A game face consists of a couple of action words combined with either a model player or a concept like an animal. Okay, and I know that Coach Hart is an expert on helping players to develop game faces. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, what is this game face? And what is Dan talking about here? A concept, a model player, a couple of action-based words? What is this? Please, please, please go onto the Academy and watch the videos and create your own game face. And to bring this alive a little bit more, I'm going to give you an example of a game face. I happen to work with somebody who is regarded as one of the best defenders in the world. Okay, his name is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And if you're a bit of a soccer geek and you like to watch soccer, particularly the Premier League, you will have seen Trent play. You will have seen him play for Liverpool. He plays for Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a fullback, a right back. And I worked with Trent for about 4 years, and he has a game face of dominant and relentless, dominant and relentless, dominant and relentless. So whenever he goes and plays, he worries less about the outcome. He wants to win. He doesn't want to lose, but he knows he can't force those. He knows he can't control those. He wants to play well. He wants to perform well, but he knows that if he gets too stressed about performing well, if he gets worried and doubting, then that's not going to help him. So he puts those to the side and he makes it clear in his own mind that he is going to compete in his game face no matter what. He is going to be dominant and relentless, dominant and relentless, dominant and relentless. Every run, every movement, every action. If he gives the ball away, which he can do, he stays dominant and relentless. If he loses a 1v1, dominant and relentless. If the team go a goal down, dominant and relentless. If the team go a goal up, dominant and relentless. If he's having a poor game, making mistakes, dominant and relentless. If his cross goes into row Z, or if he misses a chance to score, dominant and relentless. He puts mindset first. And the central part of his mindset is a game face, his competitive persona, his attitudinal guide, his behavioral blueprint. He says nothing and no one takes me away from dominant and relentless. I have another client who has a game face of confident, upbeat lion. Confident, upbeat lion. He says to me, he's a striker, and he says, Dan, I'm a lion in that penalty area. I'm in charge. I'm in control. It's my penalty area. I'm the king of that penalty area. I'm a lion. I'm a predator. I get on the end of every cross. I own that penalty area. He has that kind of game face. Pick a game face, a couple of action-based words, a model player, or a concept like an animal. I take you step by step through how to create that in the Academy. And if all of you can do that, if all of you can create a game face, you can create a common language across the team. What do we do here at Freiburg? We compete in our game face. We don't care who we play against, where we play against, when we play against. We go and compete in our game face, and nothing and no one takes us away from our game face. We team around our game faces. We help each other compete in our game face. That's what we do. That's how we work as teammates. That's how we go about our business. That's why we're great teammates, and that's why we lead each other. We're great leaders. We stick to our game face and we reinforce it non-stop. Tip number 3, again, another technique in the Academy. Make sure you squash your ants. ANTS is an acronym for automatic negative thoughts. And there's a couple of videos in the Academy about this. Automatic negative thoughts, automatic negative thoughts. Everybody has automatic negative thoughts. Everybody has ants from time to time. Okay. I can't believe I made that mistake. Oh, I'm playing rubbish today. Oh, I feel so flat today. Oh, this team are too quick. They're too strong. We've got no chance against them. Squash your ants. Squash your ants. Become outstanding at squashing your ants. And again, a little bit like a game phase, use this as a team thing. Can you at Freiburg, can the team here become outstanding? The best in America at squashing your ants. Help each other to squash your ants. What do we do here? We stick to our game faces and we squash our ants. How do you squash your ants? Well, there's lots of ways to squash your ants. One way is to, very simply, come back to your game face. If you have an ant, I can't believe I made that mistake, squash it quickly. Spot it, stop it, squash it, by coming back to your game face, whatever that game face is. That's the beauty of having a game face, is you can use it not only to get yourself into your best competitive persona and your best attitude, but Also, you can use it to squash your ants, to turn down the volume of ants, to silence your inner critic. And if you can help your teammates to squash their ants, wow, then you become a great player. Technique number 4. Again, I'm going to direct you to the academy, and I'm going to say this. In the academy, I talk about you having 2 controllers. I want you to pick a controller that helps you. Controller number 1 is your self-talk. Your self-talk is talking to yourself. Talking to yourself. Controller number 2 is your body controller. And by body controller, it's more than your body language. Okay, it's using your body as a weapon. It's being and doing and acting who you want to be out there, the style in which you want to play. It's your posture. It's how you hold yourself. It's head up, constantly scanning. It's being on your toes. It's breathing. There's so many ways that you can use your body to self-regulate, to self-control. A controller, I want you to pick a controller, whether it's your self-talk controller or your body controller, and both of those are introduced in the academy. So go online to have a look at those. I want you to pick a controller that you can use to help you take charge and take control of yourself when you play, when you compete. So that's tip number 4. Finally, tip number 5. Okay, slightly different idea here. When you've played, after you've played, rather than reflecting too much on performance, I'm not saying never reflect on your performance. I want you to emphasize reflecting on your mindset. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for mindset. Anything that's 7 out of 10 or higher, you were in your high performance mindset. You had a great mindset. Anything that's 6 out of 10 or lower, you were in your low performance mindset. You had not such a great mindset. High performance mindset, low performance mindset, HPM, LPM. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for mindset after every game and assess your mindset. Were you in HPM? Were you in LPM? If you were in HPM, what have you got to do in the training week leading to the next game that's going to give you your best chance to repeat that high performance mindset, that HPM? If you were in your low performance mindset, no problem, it happens. What can you do in the training week to give yourself your best chance to turn the LPM, the low performance mindset, into a high performance mindset, HPM, for the next game? Is it about being better, about being in your game face? Is it about squashing ants quicker and more effectively and more accurately? Have you just got to enjoy it more? Have you got to use a controller, your self-talk controller, your body controller? What can you do to ensure that your score for next week is going to be higher than it was for this week? If you can keep competing against yourself mentally, can I get better and better and better and better? Can I get as close as possible to 10 out of 10 for mindset every single week? That is a great way to drive consistency. Consistency of mindset leads to consistency of performance. And that's a really powerful thing to do. So 5 tips. 1, most important, love every second. Enjoy yourself as individuals and as teammates. Make memories. Number 2, have a game face and love executing in your game face. Take charge, take control in your game face. Number 3, squash your ants. Your automatic negative thoughts, squash them quickly. Spot, stop, and shift away from your ants. That is the squashing process, and help each other to do that. Number 4, pick a controller to take charge, take control, whether that's your self-talk or your body. Number 5, reflect on mindset and keep striving every week to beat your previous mindset score to drive consistently. I wish you the best of luck with your season. Have loads of fun, and I just wish you the best, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.